Extraction of copper. Have a look at the periodic table. Can you identify the position of copper? Exactly. Period number 4 and group number 11. It is represented by the symbol Cu. Its atomic number is 29 and atomic mass is 63.54. It exhibits valency of 1 and 2. Copper was initially found in island of Cyprus. So Romans used to call copper as cuprum. It is found in native state as well as in combined state. Native copper is found in large quantities in Michigan. In India, copper is mainly found in Singbum, Khetri and Darbia, and in Tamil Nadu. Let's see the ores of copper. Copper pyrite, cuprite or ruby copper, and copper glands. Let me repeat. Copper pyrite, cuprite or ruby copper, and copper glands. Copper is mainly extracted from the chief ore, copper pyrite. It yields nearly 76% of the world production of copper. Now let's see how copper is extracted from copper pyrite. The chief ore copper pyrite is crushed and then concentrated by froth flotation process. Now the concentrated ore is heated strongly in the reverberatory furnace by passing excess of air. What happens during roasting? Moisture and the volatile impurities are removed, and also sulfur, antimony that are present as impurities are removed as volatile oxides. Further, copper pyrite is partly converted into sulfides of copper and iron. Now drop a mixture of roasted ore, powdered coke, and sand into the furnace and heat it. Simultaneously, a hot air at 800 degrees Celsius is pumped into the tuyeres near the base of the furnace. What happens? The impure ferrous sulfide and cuprous sulfide are converted to their respective oxides and forms the fusible slag of ferrous silicates, which gets settled down at the bottom of the furnace. This fusible slag is removed as a waste from the upper layer. The rest of the unchanged ferrous and cuprous sulfides, called matte, is removed from the lower layer. Now look at the Bessemer converter. It is mounted on a horizontal axis fitted with small pipes called tuyeres. The molten matte obtained in the smelting process is transferred into it. A blast of hot air and fine sand is pumped into the tuyeres. If any of the sulfur, arsenic, and antimony are still present, they escape as their respective oxides. Then ferrous sulfide is oxidized to ferrous oxide and combines with silica to form ferrous silicate as slag. Similarly, cuprous sulfide is oxidized and forms cuprous oxide, which then reacts with cuprous sulfide and forms copper. It is of 98% pure, called blister copper. Still, it contains 2% impurities. It is purified by electrolytic refining. Take impure copper metal as anode and thin plate of pure copper metal as cathode. Take copper sulfate solution acidified with sulfuric acid as electrolyte. Now pass electric current through the electrolyte. Pure copper is deposited at the cathode, whereas impurities settle down near the anode, called anode mud. Thus, pure copper metal is extracted from copper pyrite. So, what are all the processes involved in the extraction of copper? Crushing and concentration, roasting, smelting, bessemerization, and electrolytic refining.